Let's begin what many people seem to think was Kamala Harris delivering maybe a knockout blow to Joe Biden over busing. Watch this.
Do you agree today that you were wrong to oppose busing in America then?
No,
do you agree?
I did not oppose busing in America. What I opposed is busing ordered by the Department of Education. That's what I opposed.
Well,
I
there
did
was
not
a failure of states to integrate public schools in America. I was part of the second class to integrate Berkeley, California public schools almost 2 decades after Brown v. Board of Education.
Because your city council made that decision. It was a local decision.
So that's where the federal government must step in. That's why we have the Voting Rights Act and the Civil Rights Act. That's why we need to pass the Equality Act. That's why we need to pass the ERA.
I'm the guy that extended the Voting Rights Act for 25 years. I've also argued very strongly that we, in fact, deal with the notion of denying people access to the ballot box. I agree that everybody, once they, in fact, they should. Anyway, my time's up.
Whew. Wow, Herman Cain. I mean, not only did he take it on the chin there, he just waved the white flag, threw the towel in at the end. What do you think about that?
That's exactly what he did. Now, I got to give Kamala Harris credit for basically taking a knockout blow against former Vice President Joe Biden. But on the other hand, segregation is way, way, way in our past. I'm not one to make excuses, even though she wanted to point it out, but to go all the way back to segregation and busing, I think does not help this nation. This is the whole point of my documentary movie that's coming out on the 1st, if I may add. I am not a victim. I don't make excuses. And even though she punched Joe and he didn't respond very well, the fact of the matter is she took us back to a time that we are not there.
Yeah, now, Kayleigh, she needs the black vote. Joe has that. Black men, black women solidly behind the former vice president. This was an effort to try to, reclaim some of that. You think she was successful?
No, because folks will dig into her own record. Both her and Joe Biden have horrendous records when it comes to incarceration. Joe Biden with the 1994 crime bill. Kamala Harris as a prosecutor. So she can point fingers all she wants, but there's 4 fingers pointing right back at her in her horrible record. Contrast that to President Trump and the First Step Act. 91% of federal inmates let out are African Americans. So only one person has a good record here. It's President Trump.
Yeah, Tommy, the betting markets, they're shooting Kamala up a few notches. She's now number 2 behind Joe as to who's going to get the nomination, who they think is, in Vegas at least. I mean, she's a good prosecutor. She's a tough fighter. I wouldn't call her inspiring, though, would you?
I wouldn't call her inspiring, but she definitely has characterized herself as the female Barack Obama, which is interesting because Joe Biden is also trying to cozy up to Barack Obama. So I really think it's going to depend on who Barack Obama chooses to endorse. But if you see Joe Biden, his speech on Friday in Chicago, he spent the entire time cozying up to Barack Obama and trying to laud his civil rights record.
Yeah, and he should have done that. He should have just told Kamala, like, listen, how dare you accuse me of being racist in any way. I mean, Barack Obama didn't think I was racist. If he did, he wouldn't have put me on the ticket. Not only that did Joe have a problem with, he just had a problem enunciating and articulating. Watch him stumbling and bumbling up there on the stage.
Look, number one. Number 2. Secondly, the price for whatever the drug renewable sources. The act that allowed after President got elected. My time's up. I'm sorry.
I mean, God, I don't want to pile on the former VP, but it raises a lot of questions of whether he has the performance ability to stand up on that stage and go head-to-head with Donald Trump. Look at everybody raise their hands when asked this question, though, about giving illegal aliens health insurance.
Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants. Okay.
I mean, is it over, Herman? I mean, is that it? Are they done?
When I saw those hands go up, Jesse, I dropped my popcorn and spilled my adult beverage. I could not believe that they were all in concert saying they would give health insurance to illegal aliens. Here's the one question that neither night addressed. Who's going to pay for it?
Yeah.
They never talk about that.
No, they
are
don't.
just trying to
They don't know
pander.
who's going to pay for it.
They don't know,
They don't have
and
a plan.
they don't care.
And here's what's
They are
worse.
just trying to pander.
That's
all.
true. That's true. And here's what's worse. Not only are they going to give all the illegal immigrants health insurance, they're going to take the health insurance that you and I like away from us. Watch Elizabeth Warren respond to this.
Who here would abolish their private health insurance in favor of a government-run plan? Just a show of hands, start off with. All right, well.
So, Kayleigh, I mean, to me, that's the nail in the coffin for most of these Democrats. Take away your health care and give it to illegals. What do you think?
Absolutely. So 200 million Americans are kicked off their insurance, 20 million seniors off Medicare Advantage, and all of taxpayers will pay for illegal immigrant health care as our health care costs skyrocket thanks to Obamacare. That is certainly the nail in the coffin of the 2020 election. As President Trump noted, that's the end of it right then and there.
All right. Now, Tommy, Liz Warren, I don't know who she's running against, if it's Donald Trump or if it's the CEOs and the big banks. Listen to her just launch an attack into people that are successful in this country.
Giant corporation profits, consolidation, giant industries, monopolies, giant drug companies, giant oil companies, thinner and thinner slice at the top.
Yeah.
Who's she running against? Capitalism?
Well, exactly. I think we've all cleared that up. That's what all the Democrats are running on, is implementing socialism. But Elizabeth Warren, she does what most Democrats attempt to do, which is demonize the wealthy, because her plan is we can all just get a little poorer together. And I'm also wondering, they want companies to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour, but they also want to bankrupt the corporations because they're evil. So who's going to pay for all of this? Also, they're funding all their entitlement programs by taxing the wealthy. But if you take their wealth away, who's going to pay for it? The illegal immigrants? I think not.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. When you add that to the gun confiscation, taking away people's health care, giving it to illegal aliens, open borders, massive tax hikes and regulation, I mean, this is just absolute chaos. Buttigieg, people were nervous about him because he had the racial problem in South Bend. You know, he had some answers for it, and then Eric Swalwell, of all people, took him to the woodshed. Watch this glare, though, at the end of this exchange.
We've taken so many steps toward police accountability that, you know, the FOP just denounced me for too much accountability. We're obviously not there yet. And I accept responsibility for that because I'm in charge.
Policy, you should fire the chief.
So under Indiana law, this will be investigated, and there will be accountability for the officer involved.
But you're the mayor. You should fire the chief if that's the policy and someone died.
All of these issues are extremely important, but there are specifics.
Ooh, did you see that glare, Herman Cain? I think he almost killed him on stage.
I saw that glare because what was said was almost indefensible. Look, Jesse, here's the bottom line on both nights of the Democrat debates. They were all losers. They were losers to the voters who care about being patriots and who care about this country and who care about the Constitution, our laws, and enforcing our laws. They were selling socialism at best, and in some of them, they were selling communism. I don't think that dog's gonna hunt with the ordinary middle of America voter come November 2020.
It won't, and everybody knows it, and that's why the president's licking his chops. He probably came out the winner after both debates. One of the highlights, in my opinion, this woman, Marianne Williamson. Kayleigh, take a listen to what she had to say in her closing argument.
Donald Trump is not going to be beaten just by insider politics talk. He's not going to be beaten just by somebody who has plans. He's going to be beaten by somebody who has an idea what this man has done. You have harnessed fear for political purposes, and only love can cast that out. So sir, I have a feeling you know what you're doing. I'm going to harness love for political purposes. I will meet you on that field, and, sir, love will win.
She's crazy, but I kind of like her, Kayleigh.
Yeah, she's a little weird. Every time she spoke, people were like, who's she again?
Yeah.
She has this vision of like being in a field of flowers and love and etc. It's just ridiculous. The economy's working for people. Best of luck, Marianne. I don't think she'll be on the next debate stage. That 1% in polling or maybe a 0.5% is going to plummet after that answer.
And at the end, they all asked everybody what they thought the biggest geopolitical threat was. Listen to these answers. And Tommy, you could take it from there.
Donald Trump.
Climate change.
Climate change.
Yeah.
Russia.
Climate change and Russia are the biggest geopolitical threats. I don't know what to say.
Well, because they want to fund the actual threat, which is illegal immigration. They're totally fine with that open border. So their biggest threat is Donald Trump. They have that right, but not our biggest geopolitical threat.